I want to thank my mom, Ruby Hardy. I want to thank my dad, Gilbert Hardy, for creating me first and foremost, and for giving me such a great life. And as you guys will see, we've got a lot of fond memories of them, and it was a major hinge event in the lives of myself and Jeff whenever we lost our mom. Some of you guys will remember the old episode of Reflections. You'll be seeing a lot more of that footage in this episode. And you'll also be seeing one of the reasons I think we bonded with Shannon Moore so quickly, because he has a story that's so close and so common to ours. Because, Shannon's dad was injured in a wreck, and for many, many years he was a vegetable, and eventually he passed away. And, we never got to know our mom. She was taken away from us at a young age. Shannon never really got to know his dad that well, and he was taken away from Shannon at a young age. So that was one of the things that was a common denominator in our friendship and our brotherhood.
Whenever my dad was put in that position, I had to step up, and I had to be kind of a leader in my family. I kind of felt like I needed to take my dad's spot. So that's kind of what the dragon, that's what it represented whenever I got it, was just pretty much being the dragon of the family, being the most powerful in the family. Matt and Jeff, their passing of their mother, that was something that would strengthen both of them for the rest of their life. They would look at that, and I guess that made them thrive to be the best. And that's the way my father was. I didn't have no choice but to be the best after this happened to my dad. The closer I got to Jeff, I started being around Matt more, and really, at first, I think Matt kind of, he looked at me as more of just one of Jeff's friends. And then the more time that, I spent with Jeff, Matt was there. And then, I think Matt was like, and he stepped in. And, I'd heard just Matt and Jeff talk about her. I really didn't never ask in detail about them because I didn't want to offend them in no way. But just from being young, I just remember a lot of times thinking, because like Jeff and Matt, they'll talk about how creative she was, and as far as Jeff could draw real good or whatever, and I just kind of put two and two together, man, and I pretty much knew what their mom was about. I pretty much could piece it together. Then I was going, wow, she's very much like Jeff. I always thought that. I was like, wow, I bet their mom was pretty much like Jeff. And then, Matt pretty much took after their dad, Claude. It was something that was bad that I had to either turn into a positive or just give up. And I chose to turn it into a positive, and it helped drive me to be, just to be better. I just felt like I owed something to my dad. I had to provide for my mom. I was trying to prepare myself, a few days before he had actually had passed, on what it was going to be like without him. And there's no preparation for it. There's no way you can prepare for, your father or your mother to pass away. And I actually thought that I would take it a lot better than I did. And once I got back on the road, all I could think about was my dad.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Parents episode. And if there's one thing you guys take away from this, I want it to be this: your parents are invaluable. You only have one set, one mother, one father. Please cherish them and spend all the time you can with them. You'll never know how important they are, and you'll never realize how much they mean to you until they're gone.
I pray that one day 3 of my best friends in the entire world, Matt, Jeff, and Shannon, get to know what it feels like to watch their child grow, to hold them for the first time, to find out, they don't need a pacifier anymore, to take them off the bottle, and to watch them take their first little crawl, or to take their first step, to, eat their first solid food, there is nothing better. I say it again, I'll say it another time, and I'm going to say it one more time. There is nothing in this world that makes me prouder than being a parent.
Hello. The Parents episode is such an emotional, touching episode to me. Matt and I lost our mom. I was 9 years old to cancer when we were really young, which led us to our dad just raising us by himself. So that was a extremely intense, strong raising. So it was pretty special to me that he is my hero for taking part and stepping up and raising us one parent, a single parent. I feel bad for any single parent out there, but it takes a strong parent to get through a raising like that. And Shannon Moore, he lost his dad in a car wreck. Tons and tons and tons of times I would go in the room where Shannon's dad was, pretty much paralyzed, and he could react. I would go in and say, Gilbert, can you, Gilbert, hello, can you see me? And he would raise his hand. It was amazing. It was like he was trapped in his body, but he could still hear people talking to him. And just, that's why me and Shannon are so close, because we can relate, because we lost, he lost his dad, we lost our mom at a young age. So once again, that's why I love these parents episodes. They're very touching and just motivating to many people out there that can relate, that are going through the same thing. And with that said, I have an extremely, extremely awesome announcement to make. What's special is that there is a due date. There is a pregnancy. And what pregnancy is that? It's the love of my life, Elizabeth Britt. Jeffrey Nero Hardy, Elizabeth Britt are gonna be parents. And that is so exciting to me, because you know what? I consider that the second stage of life. When you step up and you take that responsibility to be a dad, to be a mom, that's when you move up and you take that step to where you're gonna raise a kid. It's scary, don't get me wrong, it's scary, but it's so exciting at the same time. I'm not gonna give you a due date. I'm not gonna give you a sex. I'm not gonna tell you how far she is, how short she is, but I will tell you she's here right now. So Beth, please step in. I just wanna say I love you more than words can describe. And the bottom line is a baby's on the way, and we are gonna be parents.